And just before we get to our first guest, get your popcorn out, because Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to testify at US Congress about their dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I personally can't wait to hear how the former president explains this topless photo of himself in a dimly lit hot tub. And this picture was, of course, released as part of the Epstein files. But gee, this is a stunning capitulation by the Clintons, who have defied committee-issued subpoenas and even the risk of imprisonment by the Trump Justice Department. They have avoided this like the plague, but both changed their minds ahead of a planned vote in the House of Representatives to hold the two Democrats in contempt, which could have led to criminal charges. But look, I've got to say, you've got to wonder. I mean, the Democrats, they could have released these files years ago, right? But none of them actually did. And now they're going, they're going after Donald Trump. They're claiming that he was in on it. Well, again, the Dems had their hands on these files. So I would ask, what are they hiding? And then there's Microsoft billionaire founder Bill Gates. In an email written by Jeffrey Epstein in 2013, he claimed Gates contracted a sexually transmitted disease and sought to secretly give his then-wife Melinda antibiotics. Well, here was Gates on those allegations in an interview with Nine this evening.
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
And Melinda, his ex, is now smiling all the way to the bank.
Whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it, those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Well,
and I am so happy to be away from all the muck that was there.
And as for this slippery creep, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, it goes from bad to worse. Days after these images of him were released in the latest trove of the Epstein files, on all fours over a female, it's reported he's now been booted out of the Royal Lodge at Windsor. Do you blame the royal family? They want this bloke out of mind, out of sight. But this just goes to show the degree of the relationship between him and Jeffrey Epstein. Yet he repeatedly denied it over and over that he'd had any form of contact with the late pedophile. Remember this disastrous interview he gave where he denied sexual assault allegations against him?
She was very specific about that night. She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time, because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at.
Look, it's all very cringe, isn't it? And it makes you wonder, who's next?